Hello guys, welcome to a very special episode of Thirst. I am here gathered with some of my favorite pre-jury flops.
Oh.
I'm gonna have them introduce themselves. If you could say your name, your season, and how you identify.
Hi guys, it's me, Frankie Chenna. As you guys didn't make it into that. I'm just kidding.
The shade continues from the top.
My name is John Michael. I am 30 years old from Toronto, Ontario. Wait, I'm doing my intro for Big Brother.
That's how ingrained and traumatized you are.
I was on season 11 of Big Brother Canada, and I came in first place to walk out. I identify as queer, gay. No, I'm definitely gay, and he, him.
Nice.
Dinis, I've been calling you Dennis my whole life. So.
Yes, I identify as Dinis. My name is Dinis. I was on the most recent season, season 12. Maybe gonna be the last season, who knows? Hopefully not. I identify as queer, and my pronouns are he, him.
Sick. Hi, I'm Jay. I use they, them pronouns. I'm from Big Brother Canada season 10. 10! I was not the first out from my season, and that's how I identify.
Well, I was on the first season. I was the first gay in, the first gay out, and we are here. And then basically, I forgot to press record, so Jay was kicking off. I asked, "Why did 4 dumb bitches apply for this show?"
Yeah.
And you were saying you were saying you're at Sour Ranch, which I thought was another show.
No, so when I lived in Calgary, I was going to the university, or I was living in Lethbridge, and I went to the University of Lethbridge, and then I drove to Calgary to apply for Big Brother. I think season 3 or season 4 or something like that. And I went in, and Robin Cass was there, and we had to stand in line at this place called Ranchman's. And I went in with my Obey sweater that was all these flowers that I got when I was in England, and I was like, yeah, these people are gonna fucking love me. And I went in, and I just pretended to be something I wasn't. And the one thing that Robin does well is that she can see through people's garbage and bullshit, and she knew that wasn't a real it wasn't really me. Then I knew that wasn't gonna happen. I was never gonna do it ever again. And then the pandemic happened. Life was changing. I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? Who am I? And I applied for the show, and I always never applied because I knew the second I would apply, I would get on. I know it sounds so but I'm Black, Indigenous, queer, non-binary. I have a good storyline. I'm good with people. I went to theater school. I know it was gonna click all of their boxes, and it was gonna be an easy way to get in.
You went to theater school too? Nice.
I know.
Sorry.
And through that, I got on the show for my first real try, I guess, and. I applied because I just had nothing better to do, and I thought I could win. I really thought that I could be the change.
The future.
I thought I could be the change of what regularly happens in the season of Big Brother.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's some deep shit.
That is nice.
Why did you apply?
So I had to apply over and over and over and over again until I was an old queer man, and that's why I got it. No.
How many times?
Since the first season.
Shut the fuck
minus
up.
2. When I first bought my first house, because I couldn't afford going into the house, so I didn't know how long it was. And then there was a year that I didn't even put in a video. I just completed this is the dumbest thing. I'm such a fan and obsessed with the show. I didn't submit a video, but I completed the online application, knowing that part of the process was the video.
Yeah.
But I just did it anyway, so I don't count that as doing it. It was just a routine thing that I had to do every year. Why did I go on? I still today don't know why I applied. I have been watching since Big Brother 2 in the States.
Yeah.
So this is going on 24 years. This is long as time. There's something, and I know that we all kind of felt, there's something about the people that were on the show, and you just want to be part of that mix.
Mm.
And they look like they're having so much fun with competitions that you normally don't do, but also having the drama of the people around you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to quantify that, how to put that in words, but that's the attraction. That attracted me. I guess that's why I wanted to apply.
Yeah.
But there's no concrete, there's no sane reason why we should have applied for that show.
Right.
Being queer men especially, but we did anyways. What is the appeal?
Wow.
Those were the appeals.
I mean, that's what.
And you were the first. For you, it was the first. How do you explain yourself?
So I went to university in Miami. There was an open casting call for Miami. I know nothing about immigration, so I just apply. They're like, you can't do it. oddly enough, the very next year, Big Brother Canada started.
Right.
So I applied, and I didn't think I would get on. There's no way I thought I was going to get on the first season. And then I got on, and this is like the beginning of my manifestation time. So I kept on manifesting 3. I was like, if I can just get to the final 3, I can win. I was third out.
That's three in the wrong.
You have to be
You said
specific
three
when you
too much.
manifest.
Yes, you do.
Very specific. But
Yes, you do.
I was a fan from season 5. I studied the show in my undergrad thesis about the intercultural connections and whatever. It was my favorite show, and it was until I went on. Oh yeah, literally my favorite
That's
show.
really cool.
And BB26 is the first season I've been fully in since really. Since 5, but we could dive into that.
Oh,
after.
really?
Yeah.
So this recent season of Big Brother.
It's the only season I've watched for completion.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's got you so hooked on it?
I mean,
You
who's
just-
watching?
are you just
I
like,
want to
you
hear
know-
your story before
Yeah.
we dive into
Yeah, of course.
26, but you're the only one watching.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll touch on it. But tell us, why did you apply?
Why did I apply? That's a great question. I honestly, for the love of the game, like I wasn't anything more. Like I wasn't trying to be. Oh, I'm going on to like represent or do this. I just happened to be part of a subdivision of reality TV that is underrepresented. You know, so like what you saw on screen was like genuinely me to like a fault. You know, I was just like. I grew up like strong-headed, and my parents told me to never back down. I really should have been a little bit more strategic, but you know, at the end of the day, like I saw like how I was perceived and how was I received by Canada, and I was like, okay, like as long as people were happy about who I was, 'cause if I was playing a character and they didn't like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like, you know, but to answer your question, it was just for the love of the game. Like, where are you ever going to do stuff like that? Like, I've done multiple escape rooms. You still don't feel that that win, you know? And I'm fortunate enough to have gotten a win under my belt. Competed on another one that I threw. Which I
Wait,
really
you won
shouldn't.
something?
Yeah, I won. So, because you didn't watch our season, I won the first. So the first competition was me and Redacted, and we had to do a 2-part competition where we won together.
Yeah.
And then we moved into a second stage of the game where I threw the comp. She got HH, and she backdoored me.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know this!
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Who's redacted?
Santina.
Wow. That's
Santina Rice from
Santino Rice.
the only-
from RuPaul's Drag Race.
The only other Asian competitor in my season, and I
Wow.
specifically chose her because I wanted to break the Asians
Curse.
who are queer going home first curse.
I don't mean to laugh.
And
but
I
this-
was the
this is-
third
Yeah.
person. I mean, I was the third
Third
person in a row.
Oh, I didn't know this. This is so interesting.
Not wild.
Okay, I want to pretend you have a yes or a no button. You have 2 hours to pack. Would you go back in the house? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I think you're lying.
No.
I think you want to go. We all want to go and redeem.
I think-
we want.
I don't want to
You say
redeem.
yes? You
You
want
say
your
yes?
chance. I feel
Yeah.
like none of us got a chance.
See,
By the end?
I'm not.
No.
I'm
Big
not
Brother
even-
Canada? No. I want to do like Big Brother US.
Yeah.
I'd do like Big Brother UK.
Is it-
Celebrity
is it
Big
money?
Brother.
Is it because of the money?
It's not that. I just feel like I would do way better in those elements. Like Canada, like how far do queer folks get
Yeah.
in these games? Like
Bailey will.
it's literally yes, but also Bailey is straight presenting.
Daniel came in
like,
third.
She's
Josh came in second.
I'm not to take away from her diversity,
know.
but like
Gary
it's just
should've
like
won.
it's not Gary should have won, and
Yeah.
like look how that turned out. Like it just doesn't sit right with me. Something's like a little off.
Yeah.
So if given the opportunity, of course everyone's gonna say yes. What am I
Yeah.
kidding? But like, do I want to do Canada again? No.
Okay, so you guys brought up something that I feel very passionate about. And one of the questions I was going to ask you is who's your favorite Big Brother Canada winner? And Gary should have won.
Yeah.
I think Jillian is the best winner, the best player of Big Brother Canada. She has never been nominated.
Yeah.
She won like 4 or 5 HOHs.
She's the one and only, right?
The one and only that
One
has
and
never
only,
been
yes,
nominated.
I
I think
remember that.
Anthony was never nominated, or
In
he was
his-
nominated by default in the final 4.
In the final.
Yeah.
On his first season, nothing.
Yeah, But Jillian made it to the end, not nominated, won. She won comps. And in a world where showmances that make it to the end, the men are usually the victors, that bitch won over that beautiful white man.
Yeah.
But that is my favorite winner, and not only because she's from my season, I just think it was so long ago that people don't compute her resume. And Gary was so loved. But a technicality is a technicality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Topaz. Who's ever met?
Imagine that would have changed history.
It would have.
It
It
would have
would have.
actually
Yeah, true.
stabilized.
Through that,
Especially the way Gary presented himself
Yes.
and expressed himself, it would have been
See,
amazing.
interesting. I never thought about it through that lens, I have to be honest. Which is probably, maybe I'm part of the problem, but...
No, I don't
didn't
think you're part of the problem. I think that this is
But-
like, you know, even you're a great example of someone who is like aware, but like there's always work to you know,
And-
to like see these things.
And my favorite thing about Gary in like every single one of his seasons is like the 2 seasons that he's done is like that first one was that like he was like a fucking target for so long.
Yeah, he was.
But the
Back
thing
to
is
back to
like
back.
when the thing that's so interesting about like the way culture works is eventually people got bored. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that he didn't stop becoming a threat. It was like they got bored of trying to get him out, and they were like, "Oh, we have to stop looking at this like as like oh, he's just different, and like that he's an easy out." And then we're like, "Oh, well, he can win competition, he can do this." So then all of a sudden he like stopped becoming a person. I think it was like top 6 or top 7 when they like stopped nominating him. Like they like stopped doing it, and then he got to the end. And like that to me like really shows, but like it happens in most seasons of Big Brother that you have even like oh my god, brain.
Edit.
No, anyway, and like you see it in Big Brother US where like you have these targets that start even Kevin in my season was
Taylor
like,
Hale. Is that what you're talking about?
Taylor or Kevin, like both of them were like huge targets at the beginning, and then by the end people like slowly forget about them.
Yeah.
And like that's what he did really well. Like that's what, not lucky, but like he was a strong player in competition.
I do not necessarily contextualize. I do want to add a little element to the Gary thing. Emmett, whose brother is gay, did warn Emmett, be careful of the gays because they are players.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was wild that was
So-
televised.
Yeah.
Like that's
true.
crazy.
Well, even like this.
But I keep thinking that like that's what's in Emmett's head because of his brother.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say Gary was always a victim. Like he was targeted
That's
for a reason
true.
because he was good.
Yeah.
And-
Let us not forget that.
And to add on to this lore, 10 years later, Zach Nielsen, who is Emmett's best friend, turns out he was mentored by Emmett, and
Interesting.
for some reason, Zach was
Wait,
so
Zach from your season?
gung-ho. Yeah,
I always forget about what
Zach
his
was
name
really
is.
gung ho in getting me out, and it was like,
Probably because of that.
oh, he probably walked in and it was
Yeah.
like Daniel C, John Michael, both gay.
Gotta get
One
them out.
must go.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
they're dangerous. Gotta go.
They must go.
Interesting.
Remember when he moved to Toronto and then nobody hung out with him, so he moved back to Ottawa?
Okay, well, speaking of highs, who are your favorite winners?
I think like just remember
his last name.
So like my favorite winner of all time, and I'm really biased, is like Sarah Hanlon, and like the reason is not because I don't think that she is the best, most strategic, like blah 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 winner, but it was at that point of Big Brother Canada that like they were whipping twists and turns like no other.
Oh,
And, like,
yes.
the way that
Yes,
this
it was
like
nasty.
stoner girl, like this like weird little stoner girl, became Canada's sweetheart.
So
and like the
likable.
way that they
She's so
like
nice.
they saved her and Brittany in like ways that everybody's like, well, she only left out because of how many times she was saved. I was like, but like they already had that, like the production already had the plan to do all these
Those
Canada
twists,
votes.
right.
Like maybe they chose what times they were doing them, blah 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 blah. But like she literally, this weird stoner, like before weed was even like barely legal in Canada, people fell in love with her.
That's true.
And like she won because her and Brittany, people love this underdog story, and it worked. And like that was, I think, the pinnacle of Big Brother Canada when we were so much different from the US.
Yeah, I love that. That's a fair answer.
Yeah.
Are we just thinking Canada or?
I want to do Canada. I want to do
Okay,
US.
cool.
We'll touch on, but
Yeah.
I'm so curious about Canada right now.
Someone else go.
Do you,
Because
do
I'm
you
gonna
have
be
your favorite
long-winded.
winner?
Because I want to say it contextually. I need to.
You gotta set it up.
I don't believe in the best player of all time. It is the
Okay.
best player for that season.
Yeah.
Because if you put that
That's-
person in a
okay.
different season, and I'm going to be like this,
No, I like this.
being part of the game, I understand now. If I was in any other season, I would have done better.
I think so,
So,
too, yeah.
I'd place that with the winners. If they were put in any other season, would they win as well?
Right. Okay.
But even if you put everybody in the same house, like a year after they were on Big Brother, you put them all back in the same house, like you would have a very different outcome.
Very
Even if you erase them, even if you erase the little nuggets, yeah.
1,000%. Like my, so in finale weekend,
Yeah.
you know, like
Oh.
everyone like
I was
first
so
time.
blackout.
So first of all, I love telling you this because this is your first time and I love seeing your reactions. So I'm one of 2 pre-jury members
Okay.
because the other 3 self-evicted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then get this, like you really want to pull out the the little violin. Rob, I know you, Rob, left for Costa Rica. I was out here on the Twitter streets by myself.
And who helped you? Who was there for you?
Steph, all of my, my queers,
you.
my girlies.
Wait, is this when we fought?
Yeah, we weren't friends, but we were
Yeah,
friends.
Aneal didn't
friends,
once
yeah.
reach out to me because Aneal's like, who's that
No, I think
guy?
actually, but Aneal was really in LA. Like he was
No,
like,
I
really
know
on the
you
streets.
weren't. I know.
Wait, okay, back. I need to know your winners.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Winners.
But you were alone. That's tough, I will say.
You weren't alone.
I went. I'm a little stir crazy.
I went with you so many days.
My winner.
Wait, who won your season? Oh, Ty.
Ty with the boobs. He has weird.
No.
Oh my
He
gosh.
has pecs.
I don't know, bitch.
Okay, favorite winner. I don't care if it's long-winded. I'm curious.
It's hard.
Not maybe your
Yeah,
favorite.
when you
not
say best winner, do you
Maybe
mean
favorite. Let's say
entertaining
favorite.
or the most strategic? What do you mean?
Your favorite,
I need
bro.
Yeah, you're
my
your
favorite.
Who
Give
do
it
you
to
How long
like?
is this gonna go on?
Who'd you
the
like
air?
watching?
Do you want to whisper to us after air?
It was Kevin, the original Martin,
5.
but I can't. After watching him on
But now you
Amazing
know
Race,
him,
I don't.
You see a different side.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I don't like it.
Isn't it so weird that your opinions of these people you're big
Change.
fans of change
Yes.
as you get to know them?
Oh my God,
It's
you-
so odd.
Mediocre Richard had a quick tiff with me on Evil Jake.
Oh.
A quick tiff, and blocked me. And he used to be like, I would name. I'm like, yeah, he's one of my favorites. He's problematic. But now I'm like, no, fuck him. No, I
Not
could care less
interested.
about him. He's a piece of shit. Mediocre Richard. I will say Kevin. I want to say Kevin Martin, but that's changed. I will say Kevin Jacobs. And I know it's easy, but he did work the game. He was nominated, and he lasted. He adjusted his own. Like, he went out of his comfort zone to be these characters, like when he put on the jacket and did
Wrong.
that thing.
Yeah.
Wrong, did you
Yeah,
say?
you're incorrect, but that's okay.
No, please correct. That's, as a fan watching the show, that's what I
Okay.
perceived.
This is the only thing I'll say about, like, I think the reason why I think he's like my probably number 2 winner is because he beat me in the first 2 weeks. Like, he figured out that I was his enemy, like that there was no way of moving forward with me because I saw through him. Because the thing is, he acted, and this sounds problematic, but it's not problematic, I promise. He was so weird and so anti people that there was absolutely no way that that he would pass any of the psychopaths we did, any of the things that we did. There was no possible way, and I was like, this is a character. You meet him in real life. He is not the same person that he is in the house and he is in his documentary.
But then you're agreeing with me that he changed his character and developed this thing, and that's what made him go further.
Right, and it's really easy to do that as a rich Jewish white man, for sure. It's really easy to take a risk and be somebody different. And I'm not taking away from his win at all. I think he's a great guy. I think he's awesome. But the thing is, he had this. He wasn't weird. He's always been the cool kid.
He was playing up the weirdness.
Yeah, he was playing up the weird. He's always been cool.
But isn't that adaptation, which is part of the game? Like, he figured out, oh, I can't go in as Kevin. I need to go in as Kevin.
Absolutely.
Then so that's what I'm saying. He changed his character and adapted.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're supporting me on that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I'm the most caught up on the fact that you think Kevin Jacobs is cool.
Kevin Jacob has a lot of
Is
friends.
he cool
He's
now?
really cool. Yeah.
He's cool.
Well, he's always him and his friends.
Who's
they're all
not
cool.
cool from
I
Big
love-
Brother?
I
Don't
love
answer
Kevin
that.
Cool.
I love it because I make him really nervous.
I like-
that's my favorite part about him.
I like him because he likes my fashion sense.
Yeah.
All right, and he wants me to shop with him, so I have to like him.
I like him. I don't think he's cool.
I like him, but he didn't invite me to his wedding.
Oh, he's married.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
only invited everybody like jury forward. So
Everyone that gave him the money.
yeah.
For
But
me,
we don't
it
know.
was Paris.
Oh, Paris.
I
That's
like
a good winner.
the back to back. Like I thought I think that season I was like really invested in.
Yeah.
Like you know how sometimes like I'm sure everyone does it here where you like sometimes you watch Big Brother and then sometimes you really
In it,
watch
yeah,
Big
yeah.
Brother. You know you're like invested and like I think that cast was great. That was an Erica Hills season.
Yeah, it was.
It
Yeah.
was Erica. So this is what happens to me when I watch these friggin' reality TV shows. Like I pick a favorite and when they leave I have to like shift that like love to someone else. They kept shifting and then I felt like I was like Team Paris or Team oh my gosh, who was Kayla. I was like it was just like so juicy and it was the first time two women.
Yeah.
Right? And that was like
It's the only-
that was a huge
This is the only time?
huge for reality TV, right? Like when was that happening for any of us?
Who was Sarah up against? Godfrey?
Yeah.
Godfrey, which is funny because she predicted that. She did a read and was like,
Oh.
Godfrey is gonna sleep his way to final 2 and I'm gonna beat him.
Did you know when I first met Godfrey, I was like, "Were you pre-jury?" And he was like, "No, I was final 2 with Sarah." And I was like, "That's my favorite season. How did I not know this?"
Anyways, yes, Paris. She's also I believe she is Asian. Like Asian descent, right?
She's
So
South Asian.
she's
She's
like
Persian,
She's
isn't
Persian,
she?
yeah.
yeah.
I think what's interesting about that final 2 is that is the true matchup of comp wins and showmance
Yeah.
versus
Yes,
complete
and
social.
social.
Mhm.
And
It's like that was a very
and
interesting
it was
final
huge.
2.
It was a huge kind of like battle for me too, because like for me, I've always identified like the winner as like comp wins. Like your resume, if you've got a good resume, all yours. You know, like who am I to argue?
Mhm.
But then when you play the game, you realize how much more social it was. Like
That's optics, really. At the
all
end of the day.
optics, and it's a lot more social than you realize. Like to be honest, like the HOH POV, all of it doesn't really matter if you're like someone who can play at ease. Like you know, Daniel C. Not a
Yeah.
single time he was being targeted.
Yeah.
It's because of how many. It's just so much different than like Survivor or anything else. Because there's so many days. It's just so many days.
Yeah.
And like things can change because you're talking to people, and when you try to sleep, production tells you to wake up. If you like,
Or you
are
didn't
in
talk
a
to them
room-
at veto nomination or what? Oh, just
if you're in a room by yourself for too long, like production makes you go to the diary room, and then you have to go out and like be with people. Like you can't go away from it.
You're
It's
always on,
It's
yeah.
always about people. Like you cannot not be on.
Yeah.
And you have to be awake.
I wish they gave us like footage that we had of like our really like you guys had really crazy downers there. Like in
Well,
the
yeah.
house.
Well, I was gonna like, and we kind of talked about this when I briefed you
Who was
guys
your
in the
winner?
email. Jillian.
Jillian.
Is I have to say, in the Big Brother house was the first time I felt isolated the way that I did in high school,
Mm.
and that is a very, it's a tangible feeling. Like it almost bubbles up from your stomach in a way.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I felt it. And I think we all, just from conversations that I've had with you independently,
Yeah.
can feel that. But I wanted to talk about, I don't know, it's so interesting to me being a token, being a queer individual in the house. It's different than the bros broing and the
Yeah.
girls girly popping. Like,
Yes.
I want you guys to speak on it. Like, I just think it's, for me, I was like, oh shit, like, high school never ends. This is, Big Brother to its premise is a representation of society.
Yeah.
And we will be in this corner because here I am again.
I needed to experience Big Brother because it really opened my eyes up to like the privileges that I have out here in the real world. I never realized how I surround myself with people who are inclusive and I create spaces that make people feel safe. Going into that house, I was like, like I have a really high IQ. Anyone challenge me on that, but I found myself almost like I was like I can't be this stupid that like I really was so naive walking in there and being like I could be myself and I'm gonna be fine. Like it was like
I think it's stupidity. I think it's optimism.
it was a wake up call for me, and I really needed to experience that. Like my whole Big Brother experience, summed up, is like humbling. That's it.
That's really, yeah. This is a whole nother podcast for another day. But it's like when you're in a bubble
Yes.
you don't know what's outside of it, and it's a
Mhm.
culture shock when you step outside of your
Yeah, because like if you don't like anybody right now, right? You
Yeah.
come across someone you're working with or you pass by, you don't like them, you don't have to deal with them. You don't have to like invite
You
them
can walk
into
away
your
from them,
home.
yeah.
You can walk
Yeah.
away.
There's no consequences for ignoring them.
Absolutely, but if you're in there, you have to play nice. You gotta
Yeah.
make people breakfast, and like when you walk away from the rooms, they're in there being like, "Oh, he's just doing this to be nice, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "No, I was genuinely wanting to."
I'm actually being fucking nice.
I was actually just being nice. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Because that's what the world made you become, being nice to everyone because you want that back.
Yes.
So you're just going in. So you were fucked over with
But
the
I
world,
think-
and then you get fucked over
Yeah,
when you get in there.
it's so crazy because it's like he's playing the game, and there's like literal edits of me being like in my underwear, like stretching, and like like it's so crazy. Like some of the cuts that I got was like, yeah, like he's a mastermind, and bitch, I'm like fucking making coffee.
Yeah.
Like,
I got the same thing from a very well-liked player in my season who said, Dinis, you are a threat. Like, people like you.
Mhm.
You're good-looking. You're intelligent. You get along with everyone. And like, okay, thank you. But also, that is the target. That's the target. And just me being me is the target automatically.
Yeah.
And what makes it worse, you know you're the target, but you also know going in there, I'm going to be singled out. I know. And for me, it was just a little bit different because I knew I was going to be a man of a certain age. And I knew there was never going to be another queer man my age in there. So I was going to be
That's fair.
alone regardless.
Mhm.
And the worst part, the thing I hate being queer and going into a social setting like this game,
Dinis hates being
is
queer.
a lot of the people will assume Dinis is going to work with the girls because he's queer.
Oh.
Automatically.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Fair.
It did happen because they were well assembled. If you see my season, the girls had their shit together. The guys did not. But I hate that stereotype. Like, he's going to be working with the girls automatically.
Yeah.
Why would you assume that? That is such a bias.
That is
That
true.
you need to. Why are you thinking that? I would want to work with you, but you're thinking that way, and now I can't work with you.
Because it's
Yeah.
limiting.
Yes, and you've already put the situation out there.
Yeah.
How am I going to react to it?
And I just need to make one point before we move on. I
Yeah.
need to make sure it's on here as a soundbite that if anyone wants to challenge this idea of, oh, the reason why John Michael went home is because he said that he would target the boys, literally go rewatch my season. 0.5 seconds into the house, people were already saying, Santina, John Michael, they're a threat.
Yeah.
We haven't even done anything yet.
And I think that's because the thing that I remember when I watched your season is like how could JM be so dumb to say the exact same thing that I said that got me out? And it's like because the thing is the reason why I said it is because I already was hearing that these boys were after me. Like
Right.
that I was already this like very scary thing to them. And like that is the reason. Why would I not go after the people that are going after me? Who are having these fake conversations with me and then talking to the girls about this thing, and these girls really like me, and then they tell me that these boys are targeting me already. And like, thank God I had safety that first week. You know, like I always say like me and Nana are like the only two people that ever like we came off safety and went home. You know, and it just like fucking sucks. It like sucks. It's awful because like you're playing such a good game, and then it's like, but you were safe, and now this target is on your back. So anyway, I think as it is high school. It is. It's very much that.
Yeah.
But the thing that really blew my mind is that this sucks. It's just like you think that you have this opportunity to change something, but everybody is there to win money, and the best way to do it is to stick with what's happened throughout the world and through time.
Right. Like what's
And like
works.
so like they won't take risks on you in the first couple of weeks.
It's interesting going into this house, how it reduces everyone to this base layer, this high school thing that we keep remembering.
Right.
This base layer. And it's always the same. Why is it always this ignorant, frightened of differences? Like this base layer, like, I just want to be amongst people who will protect me. I have to be like them. I have to condition myself, and I can't afford talking to someone who's different or who's the outsider. And it's always the same. Every single reality show, it always comes down to this base instinct.
Yeah.
How do we break that? That's that 6-part miniseries.
Yeah, that's a 6-part.
Well, what you do is you put all those people back in the house again.
Yeah.
And that's how you break it.
Or-
Because I can guarantee
Oh my God.
Like just to, retweet and co-sign, I
queer.
guarantee you
Just
that
all queer.
if you throw everybody in, if they did like an All-Stars with all season 1, I guarantee you
Oh, you're saying the same cast,
Same
not all
cast,
queer.
literally,
Oh.
like
Yeah.
same cast.
I
It
think it'd be
would
so
change
interesting.
everything because like now people, well, not only do we know each other a little bit better, you know exactly how people play, etc.
Yeah.
But I think that we would be a lot more conscious
See,
about like and not be so afraid because that's what we all witness, right? Like a lot of this fear of like I don't want to go against the grain, I don't want to go against the grain, and it's like okay, but you know we're also like not only are we playing Big Brother, we're here to make some TV.
Yeah, and
like,
what's so great?
How
Yeah.
fucking sickening would
Yeah.
it be if like any of our like evictions were flipped on them? Gagged, gagged,
Dead.
literally.
Yeah.
Brand deals everywhere.
Not in Canada.
You'd be on Netflix, you'd be out in the mall, Crave would be calling you, but no, y'all decided to play safe.
Yeah.
So I actually bring up a good point because I think you put a same cast in, it plays out the same. I think one or two placements.
Okay, hold on.
I think it
Wait,
changes
hold on,
Even
hold on.
me,
Is
if I
that-
was going in,
with your
I
same
would,
cast.
I would be ruthless. I wouldn't be trepidatious and hang on the back, gather the information like I was doing. No, I'd go in there hardcore.
Wow, I
Don't
think
give a
we
fuck
all
about anyone.
play-
Aneal, no.
I think it plays out the same.
No,
self-deprecating.
no.
In terms of placement, one or two shifts, I think you go out in the same
No.
shot. I don't know.
I agree with you in like I think the middle group is gonna look very similar. I think like
Okay.
I think like if you look at like the challenge for example, like the challenge is like every season has like similar people going on it, blah blah blah.
To the
The
very end.
positions change up like a little bit, but usually the biggest changes is who's like first to
First to
fourth
go.
and who's like first to
Okay.
fourth out.
Yes,
Like I think
okay.
that will change a lot. I think the middle group will always be the middle group. Like you have just flops and people that are just gonna follow the grain and do this
Right.
kind of stuff.
That's fair.
People are not going in to change their game or like trying to change the thing. But if you're first, you have something to prove. If you're last, you have something to prove.
Yeah.
So you are two people that are going to change the game.
Interesting.
The middle group, why the fuck are they going to change anything? They
Yeah,
already
yeah.
know they're going to lose. Like they didn't come on the show to win.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I really think it would be different. Like
Yeah.
just based off of the relationships, and you've 10 years of lore with these people now, Aneal. So like you'll have people who protect you. There's no that's some self-deprecating shit.
No, I really don't. Like, I talked to one person, two people from my like. I don't know. I
Yeah.
would be forming new relationships. It would feel.
Yeah, but you're all different. You all have different life experiences.
Right.
You read people differently. You communicate differently.
Yeah.
It would all change.
I'm
And
curious.
you've seen enough TV to know what you have to do as a person not playing and as a person on TV.
And you're also a lot wiser as well. Like you know, like
Sure. I mean, it's interesting.
I don't think Aneal would do much better if he went back on with his same cast.
I don't think so.
I think some people would. I don't like
My cast.
who you are as a person, who the people are in your cast are. I think the only
No,
person that
you
would really
and
change
Jenny would
positions is
work
like
harder
Suzette
together.
would go home first. Like
Okay, I want to shift gears to some positive notes. Well, not positives. I want to talk about gameplays, and if you
Yeah.
don't know the reference, don't weigh in.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna set up a Big Brother moment that happened. You're gonna say this is a big kiss, meaning like chef's kiss,
okay.
or big miss.
Okay.
Okay. Final 3, season 2. John cutting Netta. Big kiss or big miss? And you can explain and justify. Obviously, don't give us a dissertation, but
who is the third?
Sabrina.
Oh yeah, hilarious.
So, for reference, John cuts Netta, his ride or die. Though arguably, Netta carried that duo
Yes.
there.
Arguably, no, that's not.
Some
Arguably,
people
that's
say-
actually factually.
Well, John won calm, so that's
Yeah.
how come it's arguably.
Yeah.
yes,
yeah,
but who was like?
I believe
strengths?
Netta brought them there.
Okay.
John ultimately cuts Netta. Big kiss or big miss?
Big kiss.
Yeah,
He
big
did the
kiss.
right thing. Actually, I'm a huge Netta fan. Like, love how she plays.
Hope you do well in trainers.
I think she's like the perfect mix of like villain
Mm-hmm.
that I want to see. Like, I was rooting for her because like I get it. I understand what she was doing, and she was pretty like transparent too with the audience, with what she was trying to do.
yeah.
And you know, you never want like it didn't also seem nefarious.
Yeah,
you
she's one of the
know?
greatest of
She
all time.
she was playing.
Yeah,
Oh, 1000%. If she would have been my winner pick if she won. But the way that she was playing the game, it was just so like this is such a clear winner to all of us, and like John doing that like just gave him that like edge because he knew there's no way.
Yeah.
Right.
Netta's kiss for me for the fact that she played a Survivor game in a really weird way of like she hid everything from everybody except John.
Yeah.
And like so she hid everything. So her final speech would have been like, ba 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 ba. That's why ba ba, and like it would have been game over for anybody.
Mhm.
And like the way that she played is the same thing that like Kevin did in my season is like the way you hide and then you prove to everybody all the things that you
At the
did,
end.
and everybody and like the people in the jury can like prove like can like
And the people in her jury
corroborate.
would have been like, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
you totally did that. Yeah.
And so like you have to cut her, and like it's like, do you want to win 100? Like when you're somebody like John, where he comes from, who he is, like it's like, are you gonna lose $100,000? You're gonna win $100,000.
Yeah. Okay,
For me,
sorry.
excuse you,
Sorry.
ageism. It's happening again. It's everywhere I go.
Back in high school.
Back in the house. Netta, 100% agree with everyone because of it checks off two things. Strategy, yes, and entertainment on TV.
Yeah.
So it has to be huge. It's a kiss and maybe some foreplay because it is a
It took you
big
there.
moment. Yes, I was going to go into something else. It's interesting though. Is this where Big Brother shifts and you want to bring someone who won't win with you? Because Jillian didn't have that option. It was Gary with her, both contenders to win.
Right, she was in the top.
John brought someone who was not going to win.
Right.
Did that start affecting other gameplay?
You
That's a
drag
big
someone,
concept.
right?
Yeah, you drag someone.
So I want to switch to a very similar situation. Anthony Douglas on the last season of Big Brother cuts Lexus.
Yeah.
Arguably,
Can you play the clip of all of us reacting when that happens?
Oh my God,
Please.
yeah.
That Woody's?
Have that. I'm just letting that. No, it's
No, Brady's, sorry.
Brady's. Yeah, I just want find the clip.
ultimately bringing Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey wins. Is this a big miss or chef's kiss from your perspective? Obviously, in the game, we know one can argue, but from your viewers, is this a big kiss moment or a big miss?
This is a big kiss moment for me, only because this entire time Anthony is playing this. I'm a mastermind. I know what's going on. I understand every single person. I'm gonna win this, and makes this choice based on this. Like, I know like the people in the jury. I know how this person is played, etc., etc., etc. This is what we're being fed. Okay, this is someone who doesn't. I've not spoken to Anthony at all about what was going on in his mind. You know, it's what we saw. And for this to happen was like, it's just like like think about it. If John had done this, right? Like, let's flip the script. Let's remove Anthony. If John did this to Netta and he lost to Sabrina, it would have still been a chef's kiss because it's like, John, like you got so like cocky or whatever label it is. But this moment, chef's kiss for that reason. I just love the drama of it all.
I want you to go last just because you have
Insider baseball.
Yeah.
It's my favorite miss of all time. It's just like he just did the same thing that he did in his season before, which is just like so silly Billy. But like I think that the only thing that I'll say that I find really interesting is how optics go into like the way we understand the game and what we think is like, because we were in 2024, like it was this year, right?
Yeah.
My brain is mush. 2024, it's like he thought a black woman, like that everybody wanted a black woman to win.
Yeah.
And like I don't think she played a strong enough game at all for her to win. I think that she's an awesome, great, lovely human. I don't think she played a strong enough game to win. I think that they would have given it, if she was with anybody in the final two, she would have lost. It was a miss in an adorable way because he thought that the world would pick a black woman to win because a black woman hasn't won Big Brother Canada, instead of picking what the actual thing is the weakest player to bring with him to final two.
Was that really his rationale?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was. I don't know. In my opinion, it was that like he says
really?
like Bailey to him seemed like less of a competition because there was so many black women in the jury that he thought that like they would automatically vote for her to win.
Wow.
Even though
biases play into.
I mean, the way it was set up, and I can chime in here.
This is where I'm so curious because this is a situation whether you're tethered to your season, right?
Yeah.
So
to hear this about Anthony, I don't have an opinion when it's a hit or miss.
Okay.
Because it's hard for me, or a kiss or a miss, because of this knowledge. There was hot chocolate. It was set up in there. Mm-hmm. Anthony was part of that. He knew that was motivation, and that's what kept a lot of people together moving forward in the house. Okay. So by the end, Anthony, who was a person that relied on people giving information, Victoria, anyone who was leaving and decided to throw anyone under the bus, Donna, Love you. He could only work with the information that he got. But by the time the end showed up, he had no one giving him information. So all he had was what was given to him before, which was hot chocolate, primarily black women women of color, because he was the only dude in there. They're going to vote for Lexus if I bring Lexus. That was understandable. That was 100% understandable. Again, he didn't have any more information. And you were saying something about Anthony and the way he plays. He didn't believe that Bailey was going to... You said something, but that's the way Anthony is. He works on information, and he didn't have enough at the end to make that concrete decision. So he was still basing it on the information previously. So in that, I'm contextualizing. So in that's why he would have to bring Bailey. He didn't think Bailey was going to win. She was on the block twice, maybe more than twice. Of course he's going to see her like, oh, they didn't really like her. She was almost gone. I'm going to bring her. With regards to Lexus' gameplay, it was not shown. There's a debate there as well. It was not shown her gameplay, nor has she been given the opportunity to explain her gameplay, really. Sure. So I don't want to discredit her because she did make... I hate saying this.
Wasn't she Tanisha?
She did make it to the third, to the end.
Yeah.
Like, I hate using that reality. Well, they made it to the end, so they must have done something right. Well, she must have done something right.
Yeah, anyway.
She aligned herself with Matt, who was Anthony's number...
So hot. Sorry.
So hot.
I thought you were looking at me with the death stare like you come.
Never happened.
No. The eldest here, respect me. So it's hard for me, like, it's very contextualized.
No, I get it.
But it was very interesting to see him at least make that decision, going, oh, fuck. This is why you had to get rid, for me, Victoria. Because there was no way you were going to win against Victoria.
I disagree.
But I want to talk about the important things of life. Who is your BBCAN crush?
Fuck yeah.
I'll go first. My BBCAN crush is Matt. We talked about it previously.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know what? And do you know why, Aneal? Do you know why I like those guys? I love a man who's like ethnic, but nobody would know. Like there's
that's part of the problem too, but it's so true.
Everybody's like, you're dating a white person. You're like, but no, he's Polynesian. Like he is. You just can't see it. Like if you see his sister, you see that they're ethnic. You know, like it's an excuse to date a white person.
So bad.
This is why we were pre-jury, by the way.
Because we lusted after people.
Who is your crush?
Oh my goodness, this is so bad because like I've just like detached so far from like these people because like once I've gotten to know them I'm like, oh wait, actually, this is actually really weird. I have to like can you please come back to me? I have to like sit.
Peter Brown is still my OG BB crush. Like there's something about this serial killer.
It's so fucked up.
Yes.
Because I never thought because he's awful. He doesn't he's a nice guy. He doesn't follow me on Instagram, and then I was like, "Why don't you follow me on Instagram?" He said, "Because I only follow women. I only follow hot guys." And I was like, "That's nasty." And then he was sitting. I don't know if he was like, it was during finale. I don't know. It was during finale party. I don't know which one it was. It was mine or 11, but it was in Niagara, and he was sitting across from a woman. We were playing some stupid game with like a beer pong essentially game, and he's sitting there like he just keeps like slightly spreading his legs, and I was like, the way I would fuck you, and I was like so mad about it because like he's not like the ideal hot person, but
it's
he is
the confidence.
It's the confidence. His dick hits his knees. I think. Like I think that's what
I think he's got the
Peter Brown.
Peter Brown.
Peter Brown.
Yeah, and the fact that he looks like he might murder you after.
Yeah. Like he'll Jeffrey Dahmer.
He's like a little bit weird in a sense that like you feel safe with him. But then he's he'll murder that.
He'll murder that pussy.
Yeah.
I think my number one crush is like just after I met him was John Luke, who's like I think season 8. He's like this like fit little blonde boy. He kind of looked like I know nobody knows who he is.
Season 8.
Season 8. The season I got canceled.
The forgotten season.
Yeah. And he is like he's like
big little boy.
fit, and like the way he's like steroidy and like.
I don't think people look at old. I shouldn't say that.
I always look.
I feel like older men are not allowed to be sexual, so it's difficult for me to answer this question. But being in the queer community, we are fetishized. It's more acceptable.
Absolutely.
But it's weird for me to answer this question because I know there'll be straight people listening to this and like, who's that fucking middle-aged man talking about who he has a crush on? It's very weird for me. My crushes will be problematic. There are 3.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, we get
First one is Tom from your season.
Tom Plant, yeah. He's a
For the longest time. It's that confidence.
yeah.
Loved it. The other one, which is the opposite end of this, is Derek Kessler.
From 6.
Cutie. Just as a
Derek.
cutie white boy. I don't know, there's something very aesthetically pleasing, but it's nothing sexual. It's just everything's put together well, and he's non-confrontational,
He's
not
clean
problematic.
cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something attractive about that. And then the last one you're all gonna hate, but I'm sorry. It's Josh. Josh is just very good looking man.
Yeah.
There's quiet, and it's the opposite of me being extrovert.
Yeah.
He's an introvert.
Interesting.
He's not an introvert.
He's not?
No, he's not.
he's
That's
not
right.
an
He's not.
He's not. That is shocking to me to hear.
No,
But those are my 3 questions.
He's just
And
broken.
it covers all my spectrum.
Derek, I forgot
Josh
about.
Savage.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
cute. Like, there's something cute, thick.
My crush is Mitch. I got to meet Mitch.
Yes.
I got to meet Mitch.
Mitch Moffat?
Okay, Mitch Moffat. Okay,
Is-
so
I didn't want to say.
I was
But he is that good.
Mitch Moffat is so cute, and I hope you put this on the podcast. Like,
He's your crush.
he is my crush because he's just like such a.
I've never met a more like egotistical man. I hate him.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
It's really sweet to me.
I met
His
him for
boyfriend?
the first
So
time at
Boyfriend.
Hanlon's Beach.
Okay, we're just summing things up. Describe your Big Brother experience in one word.
Ooh. Do you want the truth or
I want your one word. Say it with your
You
whole
know-
chest.
unexpected?
Fair.
Everything was unexpected.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good fucking word. Fuck.
My Big Brother experience was no, I don't got it. There's so many words like everywhere. Like I'm like, oh, this is the right word, and then like 7 other words come to my head.
And you had
Actually, but like that's the thing. That's really every day. It feels different, and like the thing that I thought, like at the end of the day, I thought it would end like after 2 years. I've been feeling like better,
Yeah.
but then like Aneal would tell me all the time, being like, it's never gonna not hurt. It's never gonna not be something that you question. And I was like, well, you're like. You're stupid, and it will. It's like it's the same thing with like get divorced. The same thing. It's a big fucking like weird, different experience that will never be anything that you will experience ever again. It is falling in love, and like it will not be something that you will forget.
Yeah, that's
Ever,
a good.
ever
I
again.
like that reference. That's a great
Really
reference.
great.
It was-
You've said a couple of really like one-liners.
Great.
What can I say? I went to art school.
Yeah.
I'm a writer. My Big Brother experience was helpful.
Okay, I like that. I'm proud of you. I just want to take a moment because for somebody that, no offense, but has taken sometimes to talk negatively of the show, I think this is such a positive button on your experience. I'm like, I don't know, that warmed my heart that you said helpful.
At one point or another, it can't be. It was. There's so much trauma that's happened in my life. Like everybody's seen it on the show. Everybody's seen the things I've talked about. I've had so much trauma in my life that like it can't be the thing that it was helpful to me. Like just to know that like I was right and wrong in so many ways in my life.
Yeah. Oh, but bitch, you're preaching today.
She has no.
We're in the house of North.
I'm Marianne Cosby, bitch.
Yes, you are.
Mine is really easy. I just humbling. You know, it's just a really great, like just revealing. Matured so much from it. Like it was a good time, and you know. I think that I took all of the positives. So like I do have privileges and I recognize that. So I did walk away with the better end of the stick for me.
Yeah.
What? Can you say it one more time? What did you say?
The better end of the
Wait, sorry. The better?
Can
Sorry.
you?
I've done this before.
The better end of this.
The stick.
Because there's the shitty end of the stick, and then there's the other side, the better.
Bitch, I thought you said the better end of this dick. I was like, what dick?
Well, that too.
What dick has 2 ends?
Well, that too. I got the better end of the Big Brother dick.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And yours?
I would say like harvesting. When I think of my experience, it's like I didn't know what was gonna come of it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a harvest in a way. It was a harvesting of who Aneal. I don't know. That was a baby.
Yeah.
It's a powerful
Could you?
experience.
Like none of us could ever imagine being 21 and being on that show. Like I would have.
I can.
Like, it would be my 13th reason. Like,
To close things out, I want
Stop.
people that might, I don't know, stumble upon this, however you stumble upon, where can people get into your world, tap into what you're doing?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm active on social media, Instagram.com/@ITS John Michael.
nice.
ITS John
Yeah,
Michael. You
it's John Michael.
I've never heard a reference. Sorry.
Well, because if I go, what's your Instagram? It's John Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
It's funny in your head or on paper.
Yeah, and he's doing some fun fitness. Like, I think you're really stepping into this fitness.
Oh my gosh,
world.
yes, I'm really exploring.
It shows up at you.
I've actually began like this journey of like just having fun with myself, but then also I really want to start doing like some noir stuff, you know, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more, you know, a little bit more mature
Sure.
in preparation for what's to come next. Next year is gonna look very, very fruitful. I've got some plans.
Right, he's gonna be mature, not just.
She's getting pregnant.
I've got some stuff. I might be with child. I'm gonna be a washing machine for Halloween because he loves to put his loads in me.
Nice.
When I saw that on your Instagram, I wanted to block you.
I was like, he owns it. There you go. You're doing that's him.
He doesn't. Nobody knows if he's a top or a bottom. Nobody knows. He's
What does
for
it matter?
Shut up, verse.
He just.
Anyway, go, Dinis.
What was the thing? Oh, where can you find me? I just finished doing recaps of BB26
Yeah.
with Bailey. But you can find me at the Dinis. At the Dinis F on Instagram, on X. Why did I call it X? Twitter. And then if you want to watch YouTube, where those videos are, where we recap BB26 at the Dinis F videos on YouTube. But yeah, find me and there's a link tree and you can find me everywhere.
And this bitch is funny. The traders fucking the way
Yes.
you're so dumb. Like,
Please check that out. I love Trade Does.
Sorry.
Which has our sister Netta on it. She's not going to do well, unfortunately. I don't think she's going to do well, but good luck, Netta.
Okay. Wow. I'm not putting that up. Hi.
Love her though.
Hi.
Wait.
Hi. Take two. And correction. Hi. My name is Jay Northcott. You can find me anywhere. Honestly, anywhere you want. If you go to my Instagram right now, take three. Hi. My name is Jay. You can find me anywhere on the internet, wherever you like. I work as an artist, as a director, as a philanthropist. And if you go to my Instagram right now, it's like super blank because like some things are changing and that's life. We're changing. So find me there at JThenCott. Cheers.
Won't be there is our collaborative reels, as he has uncollaborated on them. But
Sorry,
fine.
if you're gonna misgender me, you better do it with your full chest.
That's true. My apologies.
JK Rowling.
You can follow me at Neil Joshua, but most importantly, we have launched our YouTube page. If you go to Thirsty Boy, Thirsty is with a Y at the end and in the middle. And hit subscribe, like whatever all the things are.
Yeah.
And always remember, guys, you have to say it with me.
The thirst
Wait, we're gonna say it all
is
together
real.
now.
Honey, what is it?
Well, it's
I don't know what-
sorry.
I don't know
It's
what-
cute.
Yo, they're big fans.
I don't
What
want
is
it.
it?
What's the thirst is real?
It's got always remember, and then we say
That
the
thirst is real.
But always remember.
The thirst is real.